Now we've got this channel behavior and organization. We have something called VMS. What's VMS? It's a vertical marketing system. What does this do? It provides channel leadership and consists of producers, wholesalers, and retailers. They act as a unified system and it consists of three types: corporate, contractual, and administrated. Are you guys okay with those three types of VMS? Alright, let's start with the first one. The first one is called corporate VMS. Do you know what's corporate VMS? Do you guys know what's on the picture here? Do you know what store is this? This is Zara. How many people don't know Zara? How many people know Zara? Okay. Now, what is Zara? It's a store where they sell clothes. Anyone have been to City Max or Max? There's Zara. There is no, you can't, uncomparable. Now, let me tell you what is different about Zara. Now, Zara, how many people think, do you think it's great or is it okay? It's good. Okay. Now, the thing about Zara is that Zara, they have a full control over almost everything, every aspect of their supply chain, from design to production, and its own worldwide distribution networks. It make it full owner of their business. Like, for example, if you go to Max, who owns Max? Do you know who owns Max? Yeah, they're like a local Yemeni company. They go and get licensed from Max. Remember, you go to Red Tag. It's like a Yemeni company. They get a license from Red Tag. Now, if you go to Zara and you tell them, hey, we want to be your, we want to get your license to do Zara in Yemen, where will you go? Most probably. Their strategy is 100% ownership. If they open Zara, they go themselves. Do you see? Why do they open it themselves? This way they have full control. Do you see? So Zara's strategy, see, if you go to Max,
to maintain a specific standards, I think.
well, many of them, they follow the standards. But the difference is, if you go to, let's say, Red Tag, if you go today and then you go tomorrow, you find the same clothes or you find completely different? Same. If you go after 2 weeks, if you go after 6 months, almost the same, right? Maybe they change twice a year. Sometimes they do it 4 times a year. They say summer season, winter season, right? Some stores. Now, if you go to Zara, every 2 weeks they have something new. And if you go to Zara, you probably will not see anything the same as your last time if you went last month. Because they have new designs, they have their own designers. They make their own designs. They make their designs all sizes, one color. And they put it in all of their stores. So if they make, 100,000, they will have to split it over, their 40,000 stores. So they will not have a lot. And then once they sell them, they don't make it the same. They come with a new design. So a lot of people, when they go and they shop, where do they want to go and shop? To Zara. Why? Because they want to see something new. And if they see something new, then maybe you like it, maybe you don't. You see? So that's their strategy, Zara. So they integrate successive stages of production, distribution, under one single ownership. So if you go to Zara, do you know where Zara is from?
Spanish, I think.
Spanish? So if you go to Spain, to Zara, you will find there the designers, you will find there the clothes, the makers, the tailors. They do everything. You see? They don't just, make them in China and they send to the branches. They have full ownership of what they do. Now, the second type is the contractual.
I don't know if the company itself is from Spain or not.
You said Spanish, I mean.
The owner.
The owner?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know. Now, contractual vertical marketing system, it consists of independent firms at different levels of production and distribution. They join together through contracts. So, you understand what is this contractual? Contractual, this is where they sign papers. So they go with a contract. That's more like licensing. You see. So maybe the most common is a franchise organization. So maybe Red Tag and Max will be examples of these contractual. They just follow some sort of a contract. Now here is the franchise, manufacturer sponsored, wholesaler, or retailer. So we've got those three levels. Now the administrated, which is the third type of VMS, here we've got few dominant channel members without common ownership, and leadership come from size and power. The idea of an administrated is when you have a company that is very powerful, so they can set the rules. For example, do you guys remember companies like Procter & Gamble? How many products do they have? They have a lot of products, from shampoos to diapers to lots of products, detergents. Now, because of their size and power, sometimes they are able to do an administrative VMS. So that's when they can dictate how their distributors will work or how their wholesalers will have to operate because of their power and size. Okay? Now here we've got this HMS. Do you know what's HMS? HMS is the horizontal marketing system. That's when two or more companies at one level will join together to follow a new marketing opportunity. Companies combine financial, production, or marketing resources to accomplish more than any one company could do alone. The example here was, do you guys remember Fee Coffee? They did this HMS, some sort of an agreement with Baskin-Robbins, but I think it didn't really work. Where in every Fee Coffee you can get Baskin-Robbins ice cream. So people buy ice cream and buy coffee from the same location. Maybe you can find it more. Remember Federal Express, FedEx, and the money exchanger, Western Union. So you go there, you want to transfer money or you want to transfer bags. You want to receive bags or receive money from the same location. Remember Al-Barid and your mobile payment? So you can go to Al-Barid, you get any barid or post you receive. At the same time, you can pay your bills. You see? So this idea of where, two on the same level, they can get together and work together. Now we move to the multi-channel distribution systems. Hybrid marketing channels. They're when a single firm set up two or more marketing channels to reach one or more customer segments. Do you guys remember Emirates Airlines? How do they reach their customers? They reach their customers, remember they sell service, right? So for them to get a customer, they will get their customers in the airports. But they don't just sell tickets in the airports. They sell tickets also online. So a customer can go online and buy a ticket. The customer can go to the airport and buy a ticket. And if they buy it from the airport or the online from Emirates.com, that's a direct. That's from the retailer or from the manufacturer, Emirates Airlines, direct to the customer. You deal directly with the company. But do they only do that, or they also do other channels? They do also other channels. If you go to العالمية للسياحة والسفريات, Universal Travel Company, can you buy Emirates Airline tickets? Yes. So they also go through distributors, right? If I go to what is the website? Do you guys know Travelocity or Expedia.com? This website, they sell tickets. Any ticket you want, you go there. So maybe they also sell there. So if you buy from Travelocity ticket, it will be maybe Sana'a, Dubai. But you buy it from Travelocity because that company will give you the variety, all tickets and times, and sometimes they will have a promotion, so it can be cheaper. So that's another way to do distribution. So in the producer case here, Emirates Airlines, they can reach the customer through the internet. They can get the customer through some retailer. Or maybe they can go through a distributor, and the distributor through a dealer, and the dealer to the customer. Or maybe they can do it through a sales force. Do you know what's a sales force? Like there are some employees, they work in Emirates Airlines. Their jobs is to go to the business companies and they sell them tickets. You see? So that's a sales force. Are you guys okay with this distribution system? You understand everything here? Great. Now we've got this disintermediation. Do you know what's the word disintermediation? That occurs when products or service producers, they try to cut out intermediaries and they want to go directly to the final customer. And that's when radically new types of channel intermediaries displace traditional ones. Do you guys know Emirates Airlines? In the past, in order to buy an Emirates Airlines, you have to go through these, travel agencies. The travel agency is very important for Emirates Airlines to sell tickets. Without the travel agencies, they will not get customers. But today, they are trying to remove these intermediaries. Companies, they try to get the customer direct. As soon as you go with Emirates, they get your email, they send you email advertising, and they want you to buy from them online directly. They don't want you to go to any intermediary or retailer or dealer or anyone else. Are you guys okay with this disintermediation? So the disintermediation idea is companies don't want distributors. They want direct. Now, how do you channel design decisions? You want to analyze what customers want, you set channel objective, identify major channel alternatives, and you evaluate. Do you guys remember when we talked about Sony and Samsung?
Yes.
Which one is better, Sony or Samsung? How many people say Sony is better? How many people say Samsung is better? Wow. How many people say LG TVs are better? Wow. Washing machines. How many people say washing machine LG is better? How many people say Samsung is better? Do they have Sony? What is this? No, they don't have. So the idea here is how can you get your channels? Now here we've got targeted level of customer service. So remember when you go through your distributors, you want to see what customer service you want to provide, right? Now remember when we talked about Sony, we said Sony, they have like a service center. They have a Sony building where inside they have like all of the spare parts. So that's a service level available. At the same time, if you go to Samsung, do they have a service center? For broken Samsung stuff or not? You see? So here's become what sort of Samsung level of service. What segments they want to serve, and the best channels to use, how you minimize the cost of meeting customer service requirements. So these are the channel questions. And then we've got here, you want to identify major alternatives. What type of intermediary is available to you, right? For example, do you guys remember Samsung? They work with Sam Electronics. Do they work only with Sam Electronics, or they work with more than one? Do you see? For example, Sony, do they work only with Al-Hawdari, or do they work with someone else other than Al-Haydari? Only Al-Haydari. Do you see? So here we've got this number of marketing intermediaries and how they work, and what are the responsibilities. Do you think Sam Electronics, in terms of responsibilities for Samsung, is it the same as Al-Haydari responsibilities for Sony? Who's more responsible, in your opinion? No one? They're both the same bad? Wow. Now let's see, when you look at major alternatives, we've got three types of distribution. Number one, we have intensive distribution. That's used a lot for candy and toothpaste. You want to be intensive. Every supermarket, you are there. Every small grocery shop, you are there. At the same time, you may want to do exclusive distribution. Exclusive distribution, you're only available in one location. Remember Sony and Al-Haydari building? That's the only place it's available. And number 3 is the selective distribution. Selective distribution, that's when you select where you want to be. Maybe you want to be in those locations. Maybe you want to be in every mall. Okay? If you go to supermarkets, can you buy TVs? Which TVs are most available in supermarkets? Samsung, right? Or LG. Remember when you go to these electronics shops? Probably if you go there and you don't have intention for a TV, you're going to go out with what? With LG. Because LG, they go and they do the selective, which is all of those small stores. Make sure that they are there, and these people, they get good commission, so they are able to promote your product. Okay? Evaluating major alternatives. We've got here each alternative. They should be evaluated against some economic criteria. Over control. Can you control or not? And then the adaptive criteria. Will these people be able to adapt to our requirements? Are you guys okay with this? Do you guys remember